Hi everyone! Welcome to Chika Pero Totoo, where your go-to podcast where Chika meets fast. I am Jen.
And I am Kyla. Hello, hello.
I'm Alexa.
And today we're talking about a topic that hits everyone. Corrupt politicians in the Philippines.
Ay nako, finally, someone's talking about this. Because, every time there's a news about corruption, it's like the same faces, the same excuses.
Exactly. But the thing is, it's not just about political drama. It affects everything. And when I say everything, that affects our school, our streets, our hospitals, and even how safe our environment are.
Tama! So today, expect reality. Stories, scandals, and of course, Chika with purpose.
And without any further ado, bring on the gossip. I mean, the facts.
And don't worry, we'll also break down the mechanics, how corruption really works behind the scenes, cause numbers and policies kind of sounds boring, but we will make it fun.
Exactly. Think of it as a mix of gossip and take your coffee and watch us.
Perfect! Because honestly, sometimes the news can be frustrating, but if it comes with some gossip, it's easier to relate to.
And we will also talk about what we can actually do as citizens. So it's not just all chika, chismis, or complaints.
Alright. Enough with the intro. Let's dive in. Starting with the most relatable. Oh, the first one, which is the floods.
Ay nako! Floods again? Here we go.
But if it's raining in Manila, hindi kita maririnig.
Alright, okay, so first topic, flood. Or like flood control or fund control because in the Philippines, 1 month sun and hello swimming pools on the streets.
Yes, but seriously, it's not funny to for people living in low-lying areas. Like in Bulacan, like every rainy season, it feels like they are practically living in floodwaters. No?
And I heard the tea. And this is a real tea. So according to the COA, do you know COA?
No.
Okay,
What's
so
that?
according to the COA or the also known as the Commission on Audit, and I think that's 2023 report. Well, around guess.
I think 100,000.
10 million?
No. 118, not million, but billion pesos.
Oh
Where?
my God.
Where worth of flood control projects were flagged because of irregularities. So I think that's either incomplete or delayed or the what they call substandard.
Wait. 118 billion
That's
pesos?
actually crazy, no?
That's insane. That's like enough to buy a house for people in Bulacan.
Yeah.
Ba?
And exactly. But the crazy part is some projects were supposed to be finished years ago, but it turned out it was just a ghost structure.
Oh my gosh, ghost structures? What's that about? What's that now?
Yes. I think for instance, are you familiar with the riverbank reinforcement in Bulacan?
No.
Oh, you're not
Go,
familiar.
spill it.
So it's actually a project, and that project supposed to be intended to prevent flood in year 2022. But however, it collapsed. So it collapsed after a few months, just after a few months. So the COA investigated, and they reportedly that the materials used on that project doesn't meet the quality standards. So that's why it collapsed.
So basically, budget in, project out, quality gone.
Yeah, like I said, during the inauguration, there's confetti, ribbon cutting, and all the smiles. But after a few months, it's already broken and or collapse, no?
Exactly. And this isn't just about money, ah. Well, I read some news on the Rappler, and that was 2024, Rappler 2024, and they said, or what I read is sometimes the contractors manipulate bidding processes just to favor someone or just to favor the insiders.
It's like there's already a palakasan system even
Yeah.
before the project starts. What?
Correct. And when money is siphoned off, there's less of people. I mean for proper maintenance. Sorry. So everything. What do you call about that? The
Deteriorates?
yeah, the word deteriorates.
Oh, it's crazy, no? And imagine the people affected, like families losing homes or livelihoods because supposedly the projects or the protective walls don't exist. No?
Yeah, and actually, multiple towns in Pampanga and Bulacan. Di ba you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, I mentioned
So yeah,
Bulacan.
they reportedly that nearly 30% of completed flood control projects were either what I said earlier, substandard or non-existent. So that based on the local government, ha, not from me, but from the COA.
Wow. So I think I read about that in our research and the government response here. Some agencies form task forces, but progress is slow. Look at there's also a newly formed independent commission for infrastructure or ICI task to investigate anomalies in flood projects.
Pero no, at least there's some action, but still, imagine being a resident. And every rainy season feels like roulette, like, will my house flood this year or not?
Exactly. And let's not also forget, this isn't just about infrastructure, ha, but poor flood control directly impact our health, our income, and even the student
Yeah,
who's still
yeah.
in school or still studying.
That's
Especially the elementary students, no, they're so kawawa.
True. And speaking of schooling, I read that in Valenzuela, flooding affected over 50 publics. 50 public schools, school years, and kids couldn't attend classes for weeks.
So you're telling me not only are our roads and houses are at risk, but also our kids' education is being affected because of ghost flood control projects.
Yeah. And I think that's why Watchdog or the journalists have been pushing for public disclosure or for project expenditures. I think that's what they called it.
Mm.
So really transparency is a key yun.
So
Yes.
the takeaway here is not just about water flooding the streets. It's money, lives, education, and trust. Everything gets affected.
It's crazy, but also makes sense why people get cynical. Like, well, what can I do? Like,
Well, we'll get that later. But first, let's just say flood control corruption is one of the clearest example of how misplaced priorities hurt the public, hurt the taong bayan.
Exactly. All right. Ready for the next chika? Are you ready?
yes.
Okay, next is roads and infrastructure.
Oh boy, this one's gonna be juicy.
Yeah, because this is where overpricing and about the white elephant projects away.
That's interesting.
Hanggang sa dulo ng mundo.
So now about roads and infrastructure.
Infrastructure.
Sorry, or as I like to say, roads to nowhere and money to someone else.
Yeah, that's so true. It's super relatable because in every barangay, there's a new road project every year. But after just a week of fresh concrete, the potholes are back again, no?
Exactly. And this isn't just anecdotal, ha? According to COA na naman. Of course, COA is super reliable, and it really gives us
Updates.
yeah, and real or true statements about the reports or what's happening in our governments. So, according to the COA 2024, several provinces spent millions, so it's not hundred but millions on road projects that were either unfinished, substandard na naman, or duplicated.
Wait, duplicated? How does that even happen? No?
So, for example, in Cavite, there's a 2-kilometer road was funded 3 separate times under different programs over 5 years. But that road, that Cavite 2-kilometer road, still collapsed during heavy rain. So it just rains, huh? Not flood, but rain. So it's crazy, no?
It's so
So basically, what happened was money in, road out, and potholes everywhere.
yeah, it's funny but also heartbreaking, no? And don't even get me started on the bridges. Take the San Juanico Bridge. It was built with grand promises of tourism and progress, but 4 years barely anyone crossed it, and it's crazy. And yeah, it became more of a sightseeing spot than a lifeline, no?
Di ba you've mentioned earlier the white elephant something?
Yes.
Yeah, that's I think, the classic white elephant project.
Yeah.
So, the COA flagged it for unnecessary spending and lack of consultation with the community.
Yes. And it's not just small roads, even national highways have issues. Some constructors submit fake completions reports.
Oh my gosh.
I have that in my research. Fake completions reports sometimes even inflating the materials.
So like it's starting to sound like a scam show, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And I think the multiple local government reported that.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll search it. They reported that up to 20% of allocated infrastructure budget disappeared due to this project. So it's so big, no? 20%.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
much
yeah.
money na kaya na, right?
And the sad part is politicians often hold brand inaugurations.
Like
yes,
the ribbon
like
cutting.
the band speeches.
Oh, like they claiming that it's their, I don't know, like they claiming
That's their money.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
after
it's-
a few months.
but it's the taxpayers.
Yes.
Yes,
That's true.
months,
That's true.
the road cracks and everyone.
Yeah,
cracks.
yeah. So it's like a reality show, no? Like, will the road survive the next week or the next year
Yeah.
But let's ask.
or the next rain?
Let's ask.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty much. And the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism, or the PCIG, they also noted that not just the COA, ha, but also the PCIG. They also noted that the regions dominated by the political dynasties. Do you know who the dynasties here?
Yeah,
There's
of
so many,
course.
right?
Many. Yes, yes.
So, they have higher incidences of overpriced for those infrastructure.
So Dynasties plus Palakasan
Is equals to
recurring bad roads.
No, it's crazy. And the local residents, usually they just complain on social media, but nothing changes because the same politicians keep winning.
Yeah, so that's why the civic monitoring is very crucial, June. So some NGOs have started local infrastructure watch programs. So the tracking completion, the quality, and even how they use or defund usage.
Exactly. And citizens complaints actually got a few projects audited in Laguna and Bulacan last year.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
wow, just wow. So even small actions help gyapon, no? But imagine if every barangay did that. So, but I like maybe potholes would finally decrease.
Yeah, that's why transparency is a key. So, transparency and active citizens also are the key
Yeah,
for
yeah.
this. But the system, our system change. This requires policy, stricter auditing, penalties for substandard work, and what I said earlier, the bidding processes
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
that corrupt
Yeah.
politicians.
So the
Yes.
takeaway, roads and are more than concrete and
Asphalt.
what?
Asphalt.
Asphalt. Sorry, they're about integrity, accountability, and public trust.
Yeah. It's frustrating but true. And honestly, after this podcast, I feel like I can't look at ribbon cutting photos the same anymore.
Ha. Same here.
Yeah, yeah.
And don't worry.
Yes, of course.
Don't worry.
Of course.
Next, we'll talk about education. Another area where
Corruption.
corruption hits more, especially for students
Like us. Like us.
Like us.
Yeah.
Are you
And-
there? Yeah, I'm a student.
We're students and yeah, I'm ready for the next chika. No? Yeah, so without any further ado, let's proceed to the next chika.
Next chika.
High school life for my high school life.
Okay, now let's move on to another topic that really hits students like us,
Yeah, yeah.
parents, the corrupt and education.
Yeah,
Trauma,
this one really makes me angry because as a student, you feel it directly, no? Like it's supposed to help us, but it seems it's fine as long as someone else pockets the money.
Yeah, but have you heard the scandal of the DepEd? Not the scandal,
No.
as in sex
Yeah,
scandal.
yeah.
I think that was
Of
the
course.
laptop, the gadget. So,
Yeah, I heard about
have you heard that?
Yeah, I
So,
heard about
the COA reported that thousands of laptops, no? Laptops, not tablet, not cell phone, but laptops. So, they procured under the Bayanihan program were overpriced. So, some costing almost 58,000 each laptop.
Oh my
Where
god.
is
No
it?
way. No way.
Laptop.
No way.
This cost 20,000.
Yeah.
It's giving high quality na.
Yeah.
Believe it. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy actually. And when the market price, it was just about 32,000. So
That's almost
where's the sobra?
yeah, that's almost double. Imagine the difference. That could mean more books, more classrooms, or
Yeah.
even more allowances for teachers. No?
So,
Yeah.
and the worst part,
What's the
worst part.
What's the worst
some-
part? Worst
Some
part.
schools even get the laptops on time.
Really?
Yeah, teachers were waiting months, and
Oh my god.
online classes suffered.
Oh, right. And it's not just about laptops lang pala. The COA also flagged that the missing funds for the textbooks, like what you mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
books, they could have just buy the books, the everything, the school materials. But, and some provinces here in the Philippines, infrastructures for schools, like classrooms and the restrooms, were, what you call that? The substandard.
No, it's crazy. So like basically we are supposedly to get proper education.
Yeah.
But the funds are being siphoned off.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
It's actually so crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly. And think about it. When students are affected, it affects
Yeah, sure. future.
Yes, our future.
And
Skill building and
And-
even the
yeah.
countries'
Yeah, yeah.
competitiveness.
Well, according to that, I'm also researching something for our
Yeah.
how do you what's the subject gali? The practical research. So I was tasked to research something about education, about the issue of education, and I was bumped into the page of PISD. So according to them, the corruption, how do you hold this? The corruption in education significantly reduces learning outcomes. So, for simple words, the students in areas with higher corruption, you know where higher corruption is?
Where?
Hmm. Here, everywhere, actually everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Just here, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Higher corruption scores than do performances in the school.
So basically, we're paying for this and losing at the same time.
Yeah.
exactly, and let's not forget teachers' welfare, so funds meant for professional development, or also misuse. Teachers didn't get proper things,
Yeah.
proper training pala, and which impacts their effectiveness in the classroom.
It's really sad, no, because teachers genuinely try their best, but the system doesn't support them.
Yeah.
And in terms of accountability, bitaw, no, I just read that and heard on the news that the ombudsman and the COA, or the Commission and Audit, have filed cases palaw against the certain officials. So that's interesting. They have an actions of that corrupt on our education. So, but here's the problem. The processes for the filed cases were very slow. So like, and sometimes no public attention fades too quickly. So like the flood control were so loud on the news and
Oh,
on
yes.
Facebook.
Yeah.
But after just
Exactly,
a few
exactly.
months, after just a few weeks,
It was just, let's go.
it's gone.
Yeah.
So people haven't talked about it now.
Something.
Like, right?
Yeah.
So crazy.
So
So,
So,
right. So the takeaway here is corruption and education steals opportunities.
yeah, of course. Not just money, but
it
It
affects
affects lives,
our
right?
lives, our
futures and
And
because we're the students, we're the first person who got affected in this.
yeah, even teachers, no? And it's heartbreaking, but at least now we know the extent because awareness is the first step. No?
Yeah. So, exactly.
Exactly.
Alright. And in our next segment, we also talk about the health corruption, of course, which affects everyone, especially during the crisis like COVID-19.
Alright.
So,
Are you ready to the next chika?
Yes, let's spill it.
Ako ay litong-lito, saan ba ito
Alright,
patungo?
next up, healthcare or welfare, because they
No, healthcare or wealth care.
oh yeah, healthcare or welfare. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because
I like about that.
because the scandals during the pandemics were super insane.
Yeah,
no?
it's insane.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember.
also,
Yeah.
I remember the Pharmally case. Yeah, if my memory serves me right, and that one really made everyone shake their heads. No,
but not literally shake.
not literally, not
Like-
Actually, you mentioned Pharmally, right?
yeah, Pharmally, yeah.
That company actually received 8.7 billion on the
Oh.
government contract.
I thought
It's very big.
yeah, I thought it was millions.
No, it's billions actually. Just like the flood control. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, despite of being unknowingly, they also received legal capital. for that.
Yeah. And they even sell overpriced face masks, test kits, and even PPEs that were used by the doctors, yeah, that could help themselves to protect themselves in
The
COVID, in the pandemic. But and yeah, people were literally struggling, but yet while some were making a fortune or making money, yeah, and they even
Their money or
yeah, their
That's
money.
our money, but they're the ones who got benefit on that.
Yeah, yeah.
it's really frustrating. And what's worse, it's here in my research. Look, the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee found that procurement rules were ignored, no proper bidding,
Oh.
questionable documents, and some officials even personalized to the company.
So basically, public money went into private pockets, and while the hospitals lacked equipment that time.
Yeah, actually, it's the rifle effect was so huge, no. So
Yes.
even people, us, the taong bayan, lost trust on that.
Yeah, that
The
time.
system,
That time.
the government
Yeah, that
health
time.
system. You know, I won't mention anything. I won't mention any name on that health system.
Yeah.
But you know who they are. And even the vaccination campaigns were questioned because of the perceived corruption. So corruption is really everywhere.
So sad, but it's true.
Yeah, it's
And it's not just about the family and some local hospitals in the
Mindanao.
Philippines. Mindanao. Eh,
Yeah, especially
Visayas.
Visayas.
Yeah,
Have-
there's reported shortage on their basic supplies and sometimes because funds were
mismanaged.
mismanaged or diverted.
Yeah, imagine being a nurse or a doctor, like trying to help patients, but no proper equipment.
So sad.
Actually, hundreds of millions in pandemic response funds for our health, for the people's health, were misallocated, were corrupted by this government or
Yeah.
corrupt politicians.
Exactly.
It's actually so crazy.
And
Yeah.
social media really blew it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, blew it up and people were sharing videos of the hospital, right? Have you seen it? Without beds.
Yeah.
PPE.
They won't use PPE even though they were facing some viruses.
Yeah.
Some people who got virus, right?
While officials' statement said that everything is under
Yeah, it's
control.
crazy,
Like,
no?
bro, everything is under control.
Yeah, it's
But
crazy. No? And the public ends up caught in the middle.
Well, actually, there are some good news naman about it. Like the high officials, they actually filed cases against it. But the problem of our law, our system law, is it's very slow. The actions were
Yeah.
very slow. Like you complained this a year ago, but now they haven't still any actions. They haven't do any actions, no. So like it's useless pa rin.
Yes,
Which is why citizen journalism is so important.
Yeah, because they were actually the one who voice they're the one the voice of the taong bayan.
Yeah,
The
right.
voice of the voiceless,
And
actually.
people recording and sharing realities, it pressures the systems to act.
Yeah.
Actually,
True.
Actually, their lives is very dangerous. Like
Yeah.
they
They were risking their lives for
about the rentals.
yeah, they were risking their lives to
Yeah, just for us.
yeah, some
See the
students
voices
were doing
for
that.
our
And
kids.
that's true. And honestly, these stories make me more aware of how much accountability matters, even in daily hospital visits. No?
Exactly. And corruption in healthcare doesn't just steal money, doesn't just corrupt money, doesn't just corrupt taxpayers' money, but it also steals our lives. So no, it's literally steals our life because of them corrupt of them being corrupt. The funds of should be used to buy new equipment.
For the
Yeah, it's they literally steal everything. The money, the lives.
Even our lives, even our lives.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
still, they still.
So
It's just so sad.
the takeaway here, whether it's PPEs, hospital hospital supplies, or pandemic funds, transparency and oversight are official.
Critical.
Oh.
No, critical. It's critical.
Critical.
Yeah, it's hard.
Breaking actually.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, but no, it's important. It's still important to know because awareness is power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should be aware of these issues so that
That's actually so important for us actually.
Yep. All right. Next topic is political dynasties.
oh my god.
Vote buying.
Actually, we can go ka, di ba? Like, no, next year.
Next year.
Next year.
Okay, next year.
Yeah.
Get ready for the juiciest.
Yes. Yeah, I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that.
I'm all ready.
I'm ready.
Paikot-ikot lang.
All right, mga ka-chismis, brace yourselves. This one is the juiciest part, which is, the
Political dynasty.
Okay, I know some
Oh, that's my favorite.
And vote by and yes, I've seen this firsthand in my barangay, like some same family, same last name, different positions. It's like a family business of power.
Oh, exactly. But according to Ateneo, I think during the election last year, I've searched something who to vote. So, but I can still not vote. I just search something to help someone. So, as I scroll down, I read something according to the Ateneo Policy Center 2020, I guess that's 2024. So around 80% of provinces are dominated by political dynasty. And the Cagayan de Oro were part of it,
Oh my
People
god.
everywhere, from mayor, from vice mayor.
Yeah.
And the studies show dynastic provinces often have higher poverty and corruption rates.
So basically, it's like power stays in the family.
Yeah, so it revolves around the family.
Like grandparent, grandchild, child.
Everyone gets a
Position,
position.
yeah.
So,
And then it's like ikaw muna mayor and next election ako naman, no?
yeah.
Crazy, right?
Oh no.
Oh no, yeah, well, let's forget it. And while some argue that the dynasty provides sustainability, but the problem is they often prioritize personal wealth. So they join government, they join the political just to earn something,
Yeah, of course,
just to
of
earn
course.
for their own interest.
Yeah, of
So
course.
over the public services, no. So it's actually so toxic.
Exactly. When it comes to elections, yeah, I wrote that. So, like, I don't really like vote buying. Then-
Yeah, it's very rampant. It's very rampant.
so
It's
unfair.
But
Yeah, vote buying is rampant. Transparency
Yeah.
International 2024 daw reports that vote buying remains one of the most common forms of corruption in the Philippines.
yeah, and no, people still accept it like, well, at least may pangkulang.
Yeah, that short-term thinking perpetuates something.
As now.
Perpetuates corruption.
Yeah.
Look at
So when votes are both, politicians don't feel accountable to the public. So vote wisely talaga. So
Yeah.
if they give you money, accept it, but don't vote for them.
Yes.
It's not just cash anymore, but modern vote buying.
Oh my gosh. What is vote buying?
Oh yeah. Like
Using cash?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, groceries, even smartphones.
So, what's next? Like a QR code on the
Digital vote buying.
digital vote
Or
buying.
like free concert.
Yeah.
So that you can vote them. So I'll give you.
QR code at the voting booth.
Actually, the Comelec warned them about these digital manipulations, and in the regions where dynasties
Are strong.
are very rampant or very strong, vote buying and intimidation often occur together. So nagsabay-sabay siya.
Yeah.
So the cycle continues.
Yeah.
Dynasties controls resources, buy votes, and win again.
Yeah, it's true, but it's crazy at the same time. And I even heard a story from Leyte, and one family has held local positions for 3 generations, and residents admitted they vote out out of fear and out of dependency.
Ooh, that's why pala the citizens awareness is very crucial. It's very
Of course, it's very
important.
crucial.
So, us communities need to know the rights to report vote buying and demand fair elections. No, it should be unfair. Our vote should be given to someone who is very deserving.
Yeah, deserving.
Yes.
Exactly. And let's not forget dynastic politicians are
So, I know someone actually.
no.
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
My
Not just one.
In the barangay.
And in the
So,
Yeah, mine kagay also.
let's not talk about them and pour their names. Like,
That's a name drop.
who are you? You will bye
watch
bye.
this?
Watch this and bye bye. And like you know, face corruptions, no, like allegations.
Yeah.
According to PCIG 2024, I read about that. Yet they often evade accountability because they control local networks.
Yeah, so literally power protects corruption.
Yeah, right. I think the best way for that problem, the best solution for that is that they will reform the anti-dynasties law.
Yeah, it's anti-dynastic
It's actually
laws are
important.
it's so important.
But they haven't implemented it yet because we higher were part of the political
Yeah,
dynasties.
yeah.
What would you expect,
Yeah,
right?
so the takeaway of this topic is dynasties plus vote buying,
Is equals to
Is equal to?
entrench,
corruption.
Yeah, it's corruption.
You know about that? Yeah, I know because we already talked about that. Okay, breaking that cycle requires both legal reforms and an active, aware citizenry.
So
Yeah, it's frustrating, but at least now we know what's really happening behind election season.
Exactly. And speaking of citizen action, next is what we as citizens can do to fight corruption.
Yes, finally.
accountability.
Yes, finally actionable tips. Yeah.
Yeah.
So see you in the next segment, guys. Alright, let's get real now. We also play a role in this
Yeah,
too.
as
It's because corruption continues when people tolerate with it.
Okay, exactly. We've been talking about roads,
Floods, education,
And the last but not least,
Dynasties and vote buying.
But as citizens, we're part of this cycle if we just look the
Other way.
right, so according,
Not literally like
Not literally other way.
so according to the SWS, 6 in 10 Filipinos, Filipinos admitted that they look the
Other way.
Not literally the other way, when face something with small corruption. So like bribing traffic enforcers, skipping lines, and or even paying extra for permits. So like they're using money to take something.
So even minor acts continue or contribute to a bigger system of corruption.
Yeah.
No, crazy, right? It's so crazy.
Yes, integrity starts small. Even refusing to participate in minor corruption
Sends a strong message.
Yeah,
and there are small things that they're small but it impactful things you can
Things.
do. So like for example, using the FOI or the Freedom of Information.
Exactly.
So the portal to check the government funds, the government spending, or even reporting anomalies. So, or even when we attend the barangay meeting to stay informed.
Yeah, that's so true. And let's not forget about social media, like posting responsibly about corruption, sharing verified news, and educating friends and family. That also matters. That also matters.
sharing
Yeah.
digital awareness. to
Exactly,
everyone.
exactly.
It's like a ripple effect.
Yeah, ripple effect. One aware citizen can influence their community and collectively.
That pressure
Pressure
can
can
force
force.
change.
Well, actually, volunteering or supporting the NGOs that monitor government projects is another way of being aware of or giving an awareness to everyone. So, we actually have you remembered the earthquake? I think that was last month, right?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, that's
Super
what.
easy because
So the Cebu earthquake.
Even this month, no, the Bagyong Tino.
Yeah.
There were many victims in the Visayas that were that lost their families.
their homes.
Yeah.
And there's so many good citizens, good Filipinos that
Also help.
that donated to that person. So actually, the best way we thought to donate so that your money won't steal from the higher
Yeah.
is instead of giving it to them, you can actually give it directly to the person who got
Of course, yes.
who suffered from
Yes.
that natural disaster.
Because
Yeah.
what if they
They will
they will use it and
Yeah, it's like giving citizens real power to hold officials accountable. So basically, awareness plus action equals change, and not just we gossip, but we have to gossip with a purpose.
Yes. And the takeaway, don't feel powerless. Even
Of course.
small steps, questioning, reporting, voting
Wisely.
away. Yeah.
It actually can make a big difference.
Yeah, and it's inspiring, and I guess gossiping isn't always bad, no? As long as it is used the right way.
Yeah, that's what this podcast is all about. Making gossip
gossip
useful,
turning awareness into action.
Alright, next we'll wrap up with our final segment and give our listeners, some hope.
So, alright, mga kachismis, that's it for today's episode of Chika Pero Totoo.
From overpriced laptops to ghost roads,
Digital vote buying.
Yeah,
And political dynasties and vote buying, no?
we've covered a lot.
We covered a lot.
We covered a lot.
And, yeah.
But the good news is awareness is the first step.
Yeah, we now know how
Correct.
corruption works, and even small actions from citizens can make a difference.
Exactly. Remember, knowledge is a power. So,
Yes.
and gossip can actually be a good gossip if it sparks action.
Action.
So, we are sharing information, gossip to you, but you also
But it's facts,
gain.
no?
Yeah, it's all about facts. So just
So-
gossip from the canto.
Yeah.
Next time you hear about a scandal,
Don't just scroll, no?
check.
The
Question. No, not scandal.
Not the scandal. If you saw that scandal, you scroll down.
No.
If you saw that scandal on our government, on the corruption, you should follow it. You should watch it. You should read it.
You should question, verify, and share
share
responsibly to
responsibly.
make other viewers more aware about the surroundings happening to us, right?
Yeah, and of course, don't forget to participate, no? You
Yeah,
should attend barangay meetings,
Yeah, community
check the
meetings.
FOI records,
Yeah.
no? And support watch the groups or the journalists, no? Our journalists
And-
are
And
especially
Yeah.
vote wisely.
Vote wisely.
Because when citizens stay vigilant, corruption doesn't.
Stand.
Chance.
It's heartbreaking, but inspiring, no? I feel like I can actually make a difference.
Me too, no? And I hope our listeners feel the same way.
And this has been Alexa,
And Kyla.
And Jen.
and this is
Chismis